Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Laura Wilkie with Down Home with Lemon Pie, and this video is going to be a tour of our home library. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about my new curriculum. It's Here as a Character, and it is a character-based curriculum that you can use during morning time, tea time, or bedtime. It seamlessly blends science, nature studies, heroes, history, and character traits and skills that you want your kids to learn. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, head over to my website. It's downhomewithlemonpie.com and check it out for yourself. All right, guys, welcome back. If you're brand new to my channel, please subscribe. I would love to have you follow us and see all the cool things that we are doing and the cool videos that we are adding along the way. If you don't already know, I'm a Christian stay-at-home homeschool mom. I have 6 kids, 1 more on the way, and we do so many cool things with our homeschool, and one of my favorite things is using books in our homeschool. We currently have a ton of books that we have collected from Book Outlet. So if you haven't seen those videos, I have done tons of videos on Book Outlet orders. You can check those out and use the link in the description of this video or those videos to get $10 off of your first order of $25 or more. And then if you spend $35, you actually get free shipping. So it's a huge win. But we are actually filling up our library super quickly, and it is awesome. But so many of you guys have asked me several times, where are you keeping all of your books? How are you organizing them? Where do you keep them? Like, where do you find space? How are you storing them? Just all the things. So in this video, I am going to show you guys our home library and how we have everything set up. I hope you enjoy. This is actually in our kind of our entryway, I guess, in a hallway, and this is a huge, beautiful bookshelf or bookcase that is actually built in, and we love it so much. It's humongous, but you can tell that we have already completely filled it top to bottom. So I'm gonna just walk you through each of these shelves and show you how we have them organized. Okay, we're gonna start at the very, very top. These are books that we either are just for like grown-ups, or we are not yet ready for one reason or the other, but that I wanted to go ahead and start collecting. So you can see we've got that Haddock series, some other classics there. Love that Haddock series, by the way. Super great, highly recommend that. And just kind of a bunch of books that some of these were actually given to us, donated. Those are a couple of my personal Bibles, like when I was younger. And yeah, that's kind of how that top shelf goes, just things that I'm collecting for future. And then straight across to this next one, a lot of these are books that we have already done as read-alouds as a family. Most of these actually we did last year. We did Exploring Countries and Cultures by My Father's World, and a lot of these were the read-alouds that we read. And since we've already read them and we read them recently, I went ahead and stuck them at the very top. A couple of these, like that Millie Molly Mandy, is super great, by the way. The Piggle Wiggle, we read those years ago, but they're still here. And check out this Tucker series. I had not seen these, but we got these at a library sale just recently. There's one more that I'm reading for myself, and I love these. I'm going to pass these on to my daughters and let them read them too. They're old-fashioned from the 60s. Kind of remind me of like, I don't know, Boxcar Children or something. Super great. And then those laying down ones, those are some family photo albums that we have made. So that is kind of those top 2 shelves, just things that we aren't going to be reading in the near future. So those are at the very top. Okay, going down one shelf, this is my history shelf. I would like to say they're in order of how history happened, but that's more likely not the case. So, yeah, we kind of start over there with some that are more like general books that cover many, many years in history. There's the Torchlighters series, which we love. Some that we're collecting on the Renaissance for next school year. Already collecting those. A whole bunch about different presidents, explorers. These children's books. These are super good. If you don't have this collection, I have more of them. They're by the William J. Bennett. They are awesome. I so recommend these very much. There's a whole collection. They're all really good. This is just 2 of them, but the rest are on other shelves, I believe. But then we've got a whole bunch here on like American history, a bunch of living books on like picture books that are good for American history, teaching that history, stories for children, stories of the Pilgrims, just really good ones. Not a huge fan of the Who Was, What Was books, but that Gold Rush one was actually not too bad. There's the Little House picture books. Love, love, love Little House. Some inventor books. These are the world books. Welcome to Samantha's World, Felicity's World. I need to collect all of those. Those are so fantastically done by the American Girl series. Yeah, a couple more. There's a couple like an early American art book there. That 10,000 Children is about the Kinder transport. We read that last year. That was really good. Like during Nazis. Super good. So also those Bobby Cowman books there. There's a couple of them just to the right of the other books. Here's another William J. Bennett one. Yeah, this one's good too. Children's Book of America. But those Bobby Cowman ones are really, really good too. They're for early American history. So that's kind of our history shelf. I do have others, but they are in some boxes, like with specific curriculum. Okay, so now we go down a row. That's a picture of my sister and me when we were little. That far left are the Burgess Animals books. We did those a long time ago. And then we have, of course, the Little House series. Cannot have a home library, if you don't have that, right? Okay, so I can't decide which classics I like the best, like which version. So I'm collecting, I guess, a little bit of all of them. So I have some by classic starts and different versions, but I am wanting to collect all the little classics for the kids. That's a picture book of our kids that we made. But you can see I have a few more classics. I really like these brown ones. I think they're my favorite. So, yeah, I think they're just so beautiful with the gold and all of that. I really like those. I think that's my favorite style. So, I don't know. I might try to get some more of that style. And then I have the Rush Limbaugh series. There's one more. I'm missing one, but I have 4 of them. We haven't read them yet because when we get back to American history, we will cover those. But I need to get that last one. I think it's the President's one or something is what it's called. But yeah, that's our I guess it's histories and classics shelf. So that's what that shelf is. So going down one more. These are this Everyday Graces book, highly recommend for everybody. Everybody needs this book, by the way. It's super good for manners and how to behave. But this is kind of chapter books that we haven't gotten to yet. There's the Pilgrims Progress. Some of these nature readers we have already read, but I use those like when the kids are learning to read. Love those. The Burgess Bird book, we actually haven't finished that one yet. We started it years ago. They weren't interested, so we're going to come back to it. But then there's just some of the other just typical books that you see always recommended in homeschool curriculums. That's basically what you have here. A lot of these, like I said, I got off of Book Outlet. A whole bunch, most of these actually, just recently. And I keep seeing them still there. So if you see something here you like and you want to get it for a great deal, I would recommend checking there first, or also places like Thrift Books or Half Price, whatever. I am hoping to collect or starting to collect this Childhood of Famous Americans series. A lot of those, again, I got off a Book Outlet, and I'm just loving it. So we're starting to collect those so they can read through those as well. But these are just chapter books. We may do read-alouds, or we may just have them read on their own independently. I haven't really decided. We'll see. Okay, going down a shelf, I have a set of Winnie the Pooh books that are just about how to behave, really. Each one's so sweet. And then there's another set of some other Winnie the Poohs. This third set here are my old childhood Fraggle Rock books. We have not read those very much, but I do like that we have them. And of course, a million golden books. You have to have all the golden books, right? And the Serendipity books by Stephen Cosgrove. These are some of my very favorite children's books. They're like from the 80s, maybe the 70s. They're beautiful and they all have a wonderful moral with them, which I think a lot of children's books are missing these days. So that's kind of our collections for children. Okay, this shelf right below those is kind of seasonal. Okay, I've kind of taken our picture books and organized them starting with like January all the way down to December, kind of roughly in order of how they would fall throughout the year. Some of them are really, really random. Just books that I like at that particular time of year. Like these ones I love in winter. And then we've got like, that's I think Valentine's Day. And then Valentine's Day. Just some fun spring books, St. Patrick's Day, and Easter, of course. Lots of Easter books, all the things about Easter. And just other spring books there. And then we've got some for summer. And just books that I either thought would fit well in summer, or to be completely honest, the shelf below is also picture books, and some of them are up on this shelf because I just ran out of space. So if I thought they would fit here, then they came here too. But anyway, look, a strawberry shortcake. That's like the classic. I love it. I love it. The Tiny Wish, if you don't know this series, so beautiful. So beautiful. Highly recommend those. All the fairy ones, just all the fun ones for summer. Just all the summer books. Okay, I've got some Elsa Besco as we start coming into fall, because I love, love, love her books, especially in fall, but all year long. There was one earlier in the spring section about the blueberries, but just some fun fall books. Obviously not all of our fall books, because some of them, it is fall right now, and some of them are put away in a fall basket. And then we've got some Christmas. Most of my Christmas ones, though, are in a Christmas box. I keep them with my decorations. So they're not actually on this shelf, just some of them are. And then this is just kind of a slew of picture books that are our very favorites that we have collected along the years. You see, we've got all the things. We've got Curious George. Love all of those. The kids love those. Gosh, some of them are really pushed back. You can't even see them hardly, but okay. I hope you can see what I'm trying to show you. That You Choose book is a huge favorite. Everybody loves that one. We got that through Usborne. Let's see what we have. A lot of these are like, we just got them from little book libraries or half price. Some of them on Book Outlet. Just a lot of them were donated to us. This is a whole bunch of the Bernstein Bears books. Just a whole collection of those. I don't know. This is kind of a random shelf right here. This is mostly just a bunch of picture books. That's an Arnold Lobel one. Love Arnold Lobel, guys. Love his books, and his wife too. I'm pretty sure it's his wife, Anita Lobel, but I love their books. So yeah, you can kind of see we just have all the things, the llama books. Some Eric Carle ones that go perfectly with my new curriculum, so that's exciting. Okay, we're back at the top on the other side, though. This is love those Mo Willems book, by the way. And then, of course, those Joy Berries are really good. But this shelf, except for this first section, this shelf is a lot of books that we're actually using in our school year this year. I have them up high enough that the kids don't run off with them, and then I don't have them when I need them. And I keep most of them up here. But anyway, if you haven't tried that Joy Berry series, you totally need to. It is so good. But yeah, most of these on this side are books that we're using in our school year. So books that I have pulled off of other shelves for kindergarten or for my preschoolers to use this year. A lot of them are ABC because we're doing an ABC themed curriculum. So that's what most of these are, just kind of ABC books. You can see I've got A for Abraham, V for Von Trapp, Animal ABs, just all the ABC ones really. And this is where we're keeping him. And then of course some that I'm just wanted to plan to read this school year, like these Blaze ones. Hoping to get to those. There's some of the music ones that we enjoy. I keep those up high so they don't disappear or get torn up. And then these are like the Circumference series. We haven't gone through these yet, but they were given to us by my in-laws, and I'm so excited to try them out. But we just haven't gotten to them yet. So I'm hoping to do that this year. That's why they are on this shelf. There they are. Oh, I have them all upside down. Okay, I guess I need to fix that. I just realized I have them all upside down. Sorry. But the Circumference series, they're kind of math learning educational books. But anyways, the next two shelves down are both books that I have the kids go through. There's kind of a system here. They start on this lower of the two shelves and they read straight across. Those are like beginning readers, and then they go back to the second shelf right above that when they're a little taller, and they do start in on some of those early chapter books and things that they would enjoy. So that is kind of these two shelves here. I'll give you a closer look so you can really see what I'm talking about, but these here on the left, a lot of the I Can Read books, level 1s, the level 2s, level 3s, they're all just really in order. A lot of them are historical in nature, biographical in nature, and they go just really just down the line. Let's see. Some of our favorites when we first start, the Dick and Jane. I like Bugs. There's a couple, I think Big Hen, but I don't see it, but it's there somewhere. The Little Bears, some of the Amelia Bedelias. Just some of these early beginning readers, really. The Bernstein Bears level 1, Princess Stories level 1, just all the cute little ones that they enjoy at that age. And then we kind of skip over to level 2, Amelia Bedelia classics. I love the old ones. I am not a fan really of the newer ones, but I love so much the older ones. So you can see I've got a bunch of those stacked in there. The Frog and Toad. Who doesn't love Frog and Toad? This one, Zach's Alligator. My daughter thought this was hilarious. Mouse Tales, Mouse Soup. Some of these others, let's see. I'm trying to pick out some of our very favorites. Oh, the classic Arthurs. Love those. Love those so much. I just really have a heart for the classics, so that's what a lot of these are. And then I want them to start learning on their own, so I have a lot of, like I said, the historical or biographical ones about specific people so that they can start getting into that habit of when you're reading, you can also be learning. And also, if we're not covering a certain topic, like this year we're not covering American history, so I have a lot of American history little readers for them to kind of get in some of those lessons also and still keep those skills going. Sam the Minuteman, that Wagon Wheels is really good. Long Way to a New Land. Just some of these really, you see these all the time. So like in every curriculum, I feel like they're always recommended. So we just have started collecting them, and for me, it's just easier to have them at home than have to keep going to the library to get them. This is Lily the Elf. That was actually the first chapter book series my oldest daughter read. Welly Wishers, those are so cute. They're good transition readers because they have lots of pictures. Same with the Mercy Watson. They're really similar to those. They're digging this Princess in Black series, so we've collected a couple of those along the way. The Littles. Let me move this. This is a cornhusk doll my daughter made a couple years ago. Imagination Station, some of my personal favorites, and also my oldest daughter loved those. Christian based, kind of like Magic Treehouse, but Christian based. I'm trying to see just some other classics. Let's see. Oh, these cul-de-sac kids. I think these are supposed to be really good. So we've tried a couple of them and they've enjoyed them. B is for Betsy. That's an old book that they've reprinted. So yeah, that's kind of how those go. And then the next shelf kind of continues as far as level goes. Like I said, some of these were donated to us and we actually haven't read them yet. Those kind of animal ones for my boys, but they haven't gotten to them yet. The Grandma's Attic series, love those. And there's some more Who Was books. These ones seems like they were okay. But like I said, I don't like most of them. I do think there's 2 more Grandma Attic's books in that series, so we should check into those. This Beverly Cleary series, we were given this, and my daughter tried them. She's not into them yet, so I don't know if she will be in the future or if she's just not into them at all, but we'll see. Raggedy Ann, we actually did that as a read aloud, and they loved it, but I thought they may want to enjoy reading it on their own. The Tuttle Twins books, if you are interested in buying these and you need a link, there's a link in the description of this video to purchase those, because they are a huge blessing to our family and to many families around America if you are looking for something like that. And then I went through this phase where I was collecting all of the books that are like old. I'm talking old, guys, like early 1900s. These are all from, some of them are 1800s. And these are super good. What I like about them is that naturally they all reference God usually in them, which is what I was wanting. I don't like so many of the new books are sassy and completely leave God out of the equation. And I just love that in these older ones, they were referencing God. So collected some of those. This is some other classics. Also the Humphrey books. We haven't tried those. There's one of those, Amelia, Bedelia. That's the new ones, but I'm really not loving them. My daughters kind of like these Our Generation books, so we've collected a couple of those. I think they have some more on their own personal bookshelf, though. I'll have to show you that as well. Let me see. Oh, we have an Armor of God school, so that's what that was. That's the name of our school, so we have a little craft that goes with, it's kind of like our mascot. And then, yeah, these are some books that were given to us. We actually haven't read most of these. These little tiny ones, my daughter really enjoyed those. She did read those. So we will keep those. But those are kind of like their books. Like when they start reading, these are kind of the path I want them to take when they first start. Okay, so the next shelf down, this is a lot of our Christian books, a lot of our Bibles, a lot of books by Christian authors, a lot of books that deal with things from the Bible, devotionals, those kinds of things. Hinds Feet in High Places, very good. Let me see what else we have here. This is my favorite devotional, Devotions for Children's Hour. Love that one. Believe Storybook. A lot of these are just so good. Let's see. Child's First Book of Virtues, very good. Child's Book of Character Building, also very good. I highly recommend all of those. Yeah, just some parables from nature. I'm excited to start this. We haven't read this yet. I wanted to do this as a read aloud though, but we'll see. Some of these are the Rod and Staff chapter books. This is my husband's very first Bible, or first that he has, or something like that from his childhood. So we've collected that. God I Need to Talk to You About. That's a great series. The Rhyme Bible, just all the different kinds. Yeah, you can kind of see just all the different ones. The next shelf down is kind of it starts off as like our treasuries, our collections, and then it has some of our Usborne books. So that is what the next shelf is. These are some of our favorites: Paddington, Curious George, Winnie the Pooh, the Laura Numeroff books, Mouse Cookies, Curious George, the Animals, love those. Just all the classics. The Bernstein Bears, Treasury of Virtues. You can just kind of see some Brambly Hedge. Harry and the Dirty Dog was one of my son's very favorite. My daughters really liked these children's, like the James Herriot treasuries. There's some more of those by William J. Bennett, the Children's Book of Virtues. Peter Rabbit, just all the things. And then you have all of the Usborne. I don't love all Usborne. I've said that before, but I do love these ones. The see insides are usually good. The look insides are usually good. Then I've collected, a lot of these are no longer available, so I've had to scour to find them like on thrift books. And then you see there's some of those flashlight books that they have. So that is basically our collection of like children's books. I'll kind of give you once more to show you the whole thing. This huge bookshelf. Love it, love it, love it. But we don't just keep books there. We have books all over the house. So as you can see, we have our piano. We have some classics here. The Paper Mill classics on book outlets. Some of the other books in here. This cute little basket. Some of the like the Declaration of Independence. Those kinds of things. Just little things all over the house. So it's just so good to keep books everywhere. So this is actually our nature bookshelf. It's at the end of this long hallway by my kids' bedrooms and by our own bedroom. And this is where we keep kind of all of our nature and science books. At the very top here, I have the Joan Walsh England. I have the Elsa Besco. That is my favorite one, Children of the Forest. Love, love, love her series, like I said, so much. So that's kind of what those were. Here on the left, you have those Usborne Beginners. I've talked about those several times. Love those so much, especially for kinder and those younger ages. And then these are, well, they're supposed to be organized by topic, and they kind of are and kind of aren't. At one point they were, and I think some have been read and then put back in wrong places. So we'll just have to kind of see. But let's see. We've got baboons. We've got snakes. We've got flowers. We've got bees. Other flowers. A space one. That's the only space one on this shelf right now. Those farm anatomy are good. But we have other space ones in another location. Love that country diary. Love it so much. The Fun with Nature. It's a little bulky, but still good. The Sun Egg, again, another Elsa Besco book, one of my favorites. Thousand Things in Nature, that's by Usborne. Of course, perfect for those little hands when they're just learning. Yeah, so this bottom shelf is also probably mostly mixed up. Like I said, they used to be in order. But there's some horse books, some seasons books, rocks, dinosaurs, herbs. Let's see, science, weather, dogs, eggs, encyclopedias, just all the things, just all the different ones. I don't know. I hope you can see these well enough. Snowflake Bentley, that's a great one for winter. Owls. It looks like they're fairly mixed up. Sorry. But that is our nature book shelf. And like I said, it's just at the end of our hallway. It's a corner shelf and it holds all the things nature related. Okay, this is actually my daughter's room. My two oldest daughters share a room, and this is their personal bookshelf. So a lot of our books, they have moved in here because they want to have closer access to them, or they want to focus on reading those specifically. So they have a lot of the American Girl books. The classic ones are our favorites, not so much the newer ones, but some of those older ones. Kirsten, Samantha, Felicity, Molly, those kinds of ones. Kit, those are their favorites. So they are going through those. They have a couple books to go with that. Some of the Our Generation ones. You can see our dog chewed on one, of course. The Boxcar Children books, they loved these. They read a bunch of these, but from the library. So we didn't actually purchase all of those, but they did read a bunch of them. Those are their American Girl handbooks. But then here we have all the space books. Like I said, one of my daughters loves space, so she has moved all the space books onto her personal shelf so that she can read them whenever she wants, I guess. And then this is a Fun America series that we picked up. Yeah, we snagged this used, so we're hoping to go through that soon. Just some other fun books. The Happy Hollisters, we love those also. These are like the Heartwood Hotel. We have more of those. I don't know why they don't have them all here, but we have more of those. They do love those. Another Humphrey one. And then, of course, the Childcraft series, we found those used actually also, so we were excited about that. They do like the Great Illustrated Classics, so we are collecting a bunch of those. And as you can see which ones we have, and we're still missing a bunch, but we have a good start. And then we haven't read this next series yet, but we have Secret Garden, Narnia, some old ones we found along the way, Horse Diaries, Betsy Tacy, Heartwood Hotel, Glimmer Girls, just all the good ones that are, you know, they have good morals. They're just good. And then my daughter, her name's Marley, so she's got some books there that talk about people or characters named Marley. So this is kind of my girls' bookshelf in their room, their personal collection. And that's kind of how we store our books. We keep them all over the house. So not in one place, in books and baskets, shelves, everywhere. All right, guys, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our homeschool library tour and how we store our books in our home and just kind of how that looks for us. I hope it's been helpful for you. Maybe it's given you some new ideas, but I will see you guys next time. Remember, if you have not already, please subscribe and you'll keep getting notifications for new videos. Thanks for watching, guys.